Hey everyone, welcome back to the Nook podcast. I'm your host as ever, Pub8, joined once again by the Obsidian Nook, who now goes by that on both of her channels as of recording, until she decides that she doesn't want to do that anymore.
Anyway, oh yeah, sorry, I forgot I had a rebrand.
Yeah, both of your channels now, so yeah, we're back. We are doing the yet another franchise, because my god, we can't fucking finish a single franchise before we move on to something else. But we are, of course, doing the Purge. As I warned you from the start, by the way, I am once again not wearing the headset, so if I'm a bit loud, I apologise. But, yeah, we're doing the Purge. As I warned you, easily the weakest of the franchise. Probably because of budget and worried about scale or whatever.
Sorry, I've got the Hello Kitty like do
oh, in
my ear. So like as I'm trying to listen to you, I'm just got do.
Fair enough.
It's annoying.
Anyway, so yeah, we're doing the Purge, the weakest one, because for budget reasons, or maybe they didn't know if this was going to be good and they weren't able to fully. They didn't want to waste a load of money on a film that wasn't going to be good. Which is why, unfortunately, we don't get the full scale of the Purge itself. This is, as I said to you, a glorified home invasion film. If you're not familiar, somehow it is one night a year where all crime, including murder, is legal. Which you still can't wrap your head around.
Yeah, I don't know how I feel about it.
No, you might be a bit more you might make more of a choice when we get to the sequels, where it actually gets to explore the Purge a bit more, as opposed to it just being, like I say, a glorified home invasion film.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna have to see the rest before I make
a decision.
Yeah,
but we'll see for now.
I mean, it wasn't a terrible film. I didn't hate it, but I just thought it was very fucking, I don't know, stupid, because like people went out to go and kill and then they ended up getting kills, and it was just like, well, what was the point, you know?
Part of the risk, isn't it? Everyone's off out to kill people they do not like, or just for sport, or whatever they feel like. So, part of that comes with the risk of, oh, I may die as well, you know? And as we find out, a lot of people, including people who do not die, who do not choose to participate in the Purge, die. So yeah, as I mentioned, it's a home invasion film, basically. You got your Sandins, as they're called, with the wonderful Ethan Hawke as the lead, and Lena Headey from Game of Thrones as the wife. And then a little kid that I immediately recognised the face from. He is, I do not know his name, forgive me. He is John in the Ted TV series, as we found out. I was like, that little bastard has a face I recognise. And yeah, as I suspected, his accent in the other one is very much, in Ted, is very put on.
I don't know, I found them annoying because it's like they would have been safe if it weren't for that brat of a kid, so...
Yeah, if the kid didn't decide, hey, I'm gonna let this random stranger in, he's literally just credited as the stranger, by the way. He does come back in a sequel, only one.
And it's just like, he's just like, oh, I'm gonna... Because I don't know why the dad let the whole household know about the codes to unlock the...
No, he didn't let them know. It's just presumably he saw him put the code in.
But anyway, his actions got his dad killed, so technically he is partly to blame for it.
I mean, to be fair, at least it wasn't a matter of, I'm gonna save this dude and we're gonna fight off the defenders with no casualties and consequences for our actions. And then there's obviously the morals of, should we give this random guy over to save our own lives? It is as I've mentioned to you probably in a review before, the trolley problem. Would you sacrifice one person for everyone? Or would you sacrifice a lot of people for one person? That is the thing. And obviously, they end up sacrificing a lot of random dudes that break into their house. Dudes and dudettes, may I add. There are women as well that just get blown apart.
Yeah, but the thing is, they entered a property and the owner had the right and the stranger to defend it, and they did.
Well, yeah, the stranger, of course, turns out to be a good guy. Who would have guessed? Even though he is conflicted, shall we say. I mean, he is shot and then has his wound stabbed. And then somehow still has the strength to fight again. But he is a Marine, he does have dog tags. But, or was a Marine, he is just homeless as of this film, but... Yeah. The kid does fuck everything up for everyone and it gets their dad killed. So, yeah. Moral of the story, don't have kids, basically. They will fuck you over and get you killed.
Just don't have a kid where it's going to be a selfish brat.
Don't let your kid... I mean, he wasn't selfish.
Well, he
literally
was.
risked everyone for this random guy.
He sacrificed his dad in the end.
That is true.
The dad who, may I add, had loads of money and who went out and did the job. You know, the kid...
He was the breadwinner of the family.
The kid wouldn't have had the house that he was in if it weren't for the dad.
Well, it wouldn't have been for him.
Because I don't think the mum was making that as much money as he was.
I don't even think it's said that she has a job. I think she literally just is a housewife because he earns that much money.
So now she's, well, you
now
know...
she's widowed.
Well, not only is she widowed, but once the money's gone, it's kind of gone, isn't it? I mean, she ain't going to make that much.
Yeah.
Not being horrible, but...
They are now homeless, just like the man they took in off the street. Full circle, everyone. I don't know if they've got insurance or whatever for Purge. If someone dies, I don't know if they pay out. Life insurance and stuff like that in this universe must be very fucking weird. For a world where...
Oh yeah, now you said about it, it made me think, like, how does the insurance work?
I bet it's like for the 12 hours and any non-specific Purge insurance doesn't cover you, basically. But I bet there is nothing for, like... No, that still wouldn't make sense, because people would literally just, like, burn their own house down. I'd just be like, fuck it, I'll get the insurance back later.
Well, if you think about it, that'd be the perfect day to commit a house insurance fraud, wouldn't it?
That's it, loads of fraud and
so
stuff.
So it makes me wonder if for those 12 hours that insurance is like, no, we're not going to cover you or your house. Because if that's completely legal to just go and, you know, if you don't like someone, you then can just go and kill them.
Like your neighbour, perhaps, who made a load of money off of selling their shit to you. End of the film.
I just don't personally agree with it. Even if crime goes down the rest of the year, you've still got 12 hours where people are vulnerable, shitting themselves. You could literally do nothing, and if someone just hates you because they hate you, they just can kill you.
Yeah.
This is the bit I can't get my head around, is because, like, in this day and age, like, we have the laws. I can't imagine what it would be like in the real scenario. But, like, you could literally just look at your neighbour and just think, I don't like them, when you don't know them, a stranger off the street, and then they've got to pay for it because you didn't like someone.
It could be literally anything.
It just doesn't... I just can't...
No, I understand that it doesn't make a lot of sense.
Don't forget that, yes, I swear and I call people like a cunt or whatever, but I wouldn't want to hurt someone physically or kill them, so that's probably why I can't get my head around it.
Yeah. If you look at it from a realism standpoint, it's very,
but there's
very
still a lot,
because
bear in mind you said that there's more than one film.
The third goes into a lot of the moral stuff of
Yeah, but now it's not making me wonder just about the morals, it's making me wonder about how policies, insurance works over there.
I don't know
because I believe you said this was only an American thing, so it isn't like it didn't affect the whole world.
Yeah, it's not an apocalypse.
Um,
Yeah, we'll just have to see.
I will make my judgment when I've seen the rest
This
and
is
get back to you guys, but I'm not saying it's the worst film out there. There was enough drama to kind of keep me watching it, but I can't get behind the whole morals and the fact that they put flowers out.
Flowers is the idea that you show support for the Purge.
They're like, I think they're light blue and dark blue flowers. They're really pretty flowers, but now whenever I see those bunch of flowers together, I am never going to look at those flowers as innocent things. So thanks for that. But yeah, the fact that they put flowers out to be like they support the Purge as well, again, that is another thing that I can't get behind, because I'm just like, and then the kid's like, would you kill? Like, he asked his parents, like, would you kill if you needed to? And they were like, clearly they'd never taken part in the Purge, they'd never hurt anyone, and they were so hesitant. And then when they were like trying to hurt the stranger, the mum was like, I can't do this isn't right.
To be fair, she never actually kills anyone.
So, like, the whole argument of people needing to cleanse their souls for this Purge thing, you can go about life without needing to kill. Personally, I don't know, I just feel like the government made a whole excuse for people to just be violent for 12 hours.
To be fair, there is a prequel film, which I believe is the fourth one, where it shows basically how the government sort of manipulates everyone into thinking it's a good idea. But basically, the source of the film's problems is the government, which is totally not realistic. But
then the other thing that annoys me was because they mentioned quite a lot how the rich could then go around killing the poor, and because the rich
have the money to buy all the best shit to go and hunt people down. That is something that's shown later on.
But hear me out. It's all very well saying the rich can buy security and stuff, and that the poor can't maybe put money into society. But how many rich people actually pay their taxes or thingy? Because if they have money and they know how to shift the money in overseas accounts, they know how to avoid tax, they know, they spend their money on assets and properties instead of having that physical money sit there. So technically they then avoid putting into the system, and then rich people have the audacity to be like, it's the problem with the poor. It's a very big topic of a film for it to go over. And I don't know, there's so many discussions to be had about the film, and well, if you're going to make a film like this, you need to look at like all the different scenarios. But I don't know, but the rich are blaming the poor, and I just think, well, considering when people have a lot of money, what do? They put it into assets, they put it into property, they put it into saving stocks. Also, they don't have to pay tax.
I mean, they do, but they don't. Allegedly. Don't. Anyway, we won't go into...
So,
the deeper stuff is for the later films where they actually talk about this kind of shit.
Do you see what I mean? But... So, I don't know. I don't know.
We don't know. It's a prequel film discussion. There is literally a whole bit in one of the later films where they hunt poor people in an arena. For money. Well, for sport, but also if they survive, they get money. The later films are going to be interesting. Second one's really good. I can't wait to do that eventually. But yeah, it's good. It's lots of people just getting shot with CGI blood. So, yeah. At least the dad got what's coming for him in a way, because he basically just made money off of like fucking people over.
I don't agree with what he did, but the fact that he died and his wife had to lose basically him and the whole relationship, and then the children as well, like, that is, they're never going to be the same people again.
Well, these are only the main characters, but think about how many people in the film world died that had families. Young children. I mean, all crime, including the murder of children, because people weren't beyond killing kids in this film. There are no kids that die in the film, but they come very close to being shot, stabbed, all good stuff.
I don't really know what to say, to be honest. Sorry.
We will see. We will see.
I
in the
just
later
have so
films.
many mixed reactions and opinions to it, and they're not all good.
As I said from the top, this film is the weakest in the series because it leaves so many questions and so much wasted potential.
I used to be able to watch a film and not think about these things, but since we come on YouTube and we moan about this shit now, I know how to think about this shit, so now I can't just enjoy the fucking film.
And that's the point of the show, is to ruin everything for everyone.
But now I'm just like, oh great, so it's not just a film anymore.
Nope, you've got to think about facts and logic with this kind of thing.
Even when I suggest just watching a film for leisure, you'll still find a way for us to review it, and I'll just be like, can we just do it for leisure and not think about it, and then we'll watch something, and then you'll be like, and then your opinion
Well, I don't
and thoughts
understand.
will come into it, and I'm just like, just shut up.
I don't see why we don't just review every film we do. I mean, we're watching the film anyway.
Because sometimes I just want to do it with you for leisure.
Yeah, but content.
You know, back in the day before we did the whole content thing.
The only issue we have is that we do a lot of adult films where you start thinking logically. We don't do a lot of like kids films where the idea is that you just we haven't done like Shrek where we're going to be like, Jesus, the retail prices on his swamp must be extortionate.
Do you want to know a fun fact about Shrek? And this has nothing related to the film. There's I think it's GB ASMR. She does like relaxation. She did the full film where she dressed up herself in ASMR.
I've seen the B movie
and whispering, right? And then the people were like, is it DreamWorks who did Shrek? Or whoever they were. And they were like, no, take it down. Like, even though she gave full credit, I think she did.
Plus, she literally just read the script.
And she literally just read the script and then put, like, makeup on, dressed herself up as Shrek or Fiona or whoever. And then they were like, no, take it down. And I was just like, for fuck's sake, can anybody do any fun?
What's her nationality? Is she an American?
Yeah, I think
Then
so.
she has fair use law. Fair use is they can use it under parody, which is technically what that is.
I think she took it down out of like respect for their request, though. I don't know the full details, guys.
bad.
Okay, it came up on my feed. I was like, "What the hell is this? Why is she dressed up as Shrek?" And then I was like, "A whole hour film. Oh, okay, cool." but
The internet is whack, yo. Like, yeah. Anyway, enough about Shrek. Let's wrap this up. So, as I mentioned, it's difficult to say best kill, worst kill, mainly because it's lots of gunshots. However, the best kill I think can go to that random Purger who gets an axe in his back.
yeah, that's got hurt.
And then he gets his face like blown off just off screen by a shotgun. Worst kill I think can literally go to any of the people who die in the feed of the Purge, because it's blurry background bodies. And most of them are already dead in those. I know we've established before in a review we did with Morgan, cast your mind back to one of them, where we're like, anything where there's mass casualties, we're not going to count them as best kill, worst kill. But I think for this one we can make an exception. Although the sequels are going to get messy, but there's more characters in the sequels as opposed to just a family. This show is going to fuck with its rules a lot. But yeah, like when we eventually do like the Lord of the Rings and the Hobbit, how can we count like CGI battles?
You don't. When it comes to the Hobbit,
It's that guy in the back getting stomped by a giant war.
Thorin Oakenshield gets the reward for everything, okay?
Hottest foreign moment goes to this. Who cares if he's gay in real life?
Stop. I
will
still
never
haven't.
forget. I will never
I've
not remind you of
I
that.
have no. I still haven't forgiven it.
Yeah, even though it's totally unrelated to the channel. But yeah, when we eventually cover them, we'll go into full details of that exchange, shall we say. But yeah, I'm sure this has dragged on long enough. My audio is all over the place because I had to just, like, I'm just zooming around the room. But yeah, we'll call it a day there, so Madam can play Hello Kitty, because that's all she plays.
No, I play Coral Island, Fortnite, Rocket League.
But she does also stream it on Twitch, so if you find her on there, you can go and watch her do that whenever she plays it. Without a mic, so it's basically a playthrough.
Because I want you to enjoy the story. Like, you don't want me going over it being like, what the fuck is this?
That's basically the idea of the entire chat, like both of our channels, is let's not fucking have like commentary over the top, because it's annoying.
I'm sorry, like if I'm watching a video of someone gaming, I want to see the gameplay, I want to see how the games work, I want to see how the guns work, I want to see the graphics, I want to see the style. I don't want to hear some dude or some woman over the top being like, oh my god, that's so cute, look at that, oh, this is an awesome gun.
Isn't that cool, guys? Isn't that cool, guys?
Yeah.
Let me know in the comments to boost my algorithm.
I just want to enjoy the game, and I want you guys to see all the pretty colours and the pretty graphics without me over the top being like, oh my god, new area unlocked, that's so pretty, you know? Because I can do that in my room without you guys hearing that.
While we're on a side tangent, just to wrap it up so we can actually finish the video, what I hate the most is if I'm going to find a guide for something very simple that I need to figure out what to do, and there's some twat over the top talking like pointless garbage. Especially if I can't find like an IGN, but one of those like internet guides where I then have to go to a video and they're like, hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today we'll be showing you... I don't care. Like, I'm going to mute you and watch the video. If you haven't got... I'm just going to do that. Like,
I think it's just our preference, okay? We'd just rather give you the gameplay and not have a voiceover, because we are funny in our own ways, but not to everyone else.
Plus, some games just have funny things happen in them, and you don't want it being ruined by some knobhead screaming his head off. Anyway, we'll wrap it up because we're not talking about the film anymore. We're just going on side tangents.
Okay, bye!
Okay, bye. I ain't even done the outro yet. Fucking leaning away.
I
lean away from the mic to
I'll lean
breathe.
away so it's effect.
Anyway, I've been your host, as ever, Pub8, joined once again by the Obsidian Nook. Thank you ever so much for watching. We'll see you next time. Bye! Okay, I haven't pressed stop yet. Hold on. Hold on, I'm editing this out.